not what I wanted to do. Drop the damn computer first thing. All right. Wait for a few people to come in, I guess. Well, hello all. Welcome on in. Hopefully, hey, there we go, Mr. Hart. I hope your time at Tesco was valuable. I enjoyed the vlog. I enjoyed that live stream. I don't care what anybody else says. I liked it. I'm stealing that idea. So we are here in Waco, Texas tonight. I got here just about 1 o'clock p.m. Texas time. And you're a man of your word. I appreciate that. So, since I have nothing really else to do, cleaning up. The past couple of days, I haven't really felt like, doing the quote housework. So, why? Go up there, drive. Yep. So you just got, there's the front of the truck right there. Here in Waco, Texas. That company right there, Melted Truck Lines. I used to work for that company before I came here. And that truck number, 12808, is only 2 trucks away from the truck I used to have at Melted Truck Lines. Not just about 6-7 months ago. I was working at that company still. All right. So today, we're not doing a whole heck of a lot. We're just cleaning up and organizing a little bit. Working on my vitamins and minerals and whatnot. Trying to make things a little bit more organized and neat. There's a little bit of construction that I'm going to be doing in the truck to make it more livable. And I think I've talked about this previously, but I'll say it again. So here's the bed, that I'm sitting on right here. So here's the driver's side window. That's where, like I said, where I got my pillows at. And I got electrical outlets and environmental controls. Here, let's take a look at that. So, here we go. So this is up at the head of the bed. So head goes right here. I got controls for fan, heat, defrost, air conditioning. I can control the temperature and the fan speed. And I can turn on the APU, the auxiliary power unit, on. Then I got, when the truck is running, I got the controls here for the main engine will run the air conditioning and heat through this control panel here. Ashtray. I don't know why that's in the truck, but there it is. This is for controlling the lights back here. So control those lights. I got an air vent, which I don't like it here. It stays closed for me most of the time. I got 2 12-volt outlets here with a little adapter plug, so all my electronics, when I'm in bed, can stay right there and charge. And I have a little tie rack, a little hanging tie rack, help to control cables and hang things up there real quick. Makes it a little bit neater. Then above my head, I got a light on this side and this side, and I can aim these. I can aim these. Don't be looking at my nose. There's a speaker for the. Let's see. Yeah, gotta aim that. So there's a speaker there, and then of course, that's where my head will normally sit. and this is the side that's normally behind you. Susan, how you doing? Kiana, how you doing? Jesse, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So this is the side that you are normally behind. This white box right here is where you sit when I do my normal vlogs, my normal live streams right there. So this is behind here. Let me move this out the way. I got this new little mini oven here, rotisserie, roast, bake, broil, reheat, dehydrator, has a rotisserie, even has an air fryer function on it. Wasn't too bad. I mean, a little small thing, and it works in the truck just well. Then up here, behind there is my microwave, and I'm just moving things around because you haven't have any space, so, you know, whatnot. So we're going to set that right here. There we go. And plug you right back in. So today we are here in Waco, Texas for the night. We are delivering basically 0.2 of a mile on the other side of the highway here in the morning. Pardon me. But tonight, you know, it's just one of those nights where you just, nothing else better to do. So I'm going to clean, I'm going to organize, I'm going to move things around a little bit to try to make everything fit just a little bit better. Whether it actually works or not, I guess that's neither here nor there. I mean, just try to do what I can do. So like I said, I'm organizing my stuff for health. You know, so like I said, I got some protein powder, which I use for, you know, a good kind of a chocolate shake. Add a little bit of the coconut oil powder into that. My little multivitamin powder, stick that in there too. Hot chocolate powder. Not exactly healthy, but I enjoy it. Tonight, I have not had anything, well, for lunch, since I got here just about 1 o'clock. So about 1:30, I went into the Wendy's, had a bacon cheeseburger. And I really haven't had anything else. I mean, I got a little bit of water. I also used this keto drink. Chocolate sea salt, not too bad. Not good with water, in my opinion. Better with milk. So whenever I get some milk, I put that in there with it. Yesterday, I was in a very bad area for internet signal. That's why there was no live stream yesterday. But I took out from the refrigerator here one of these packages of chuck roast. You know, I took it out in the morning, let it thaw out, and I just basically pan fried it, sliced it real thin, just pan fried it, a little bit of soy sauce, black pepper, and a little bit of American cheese. Threw it on some Jewish rye bread, a little bit of brown mustard, and some onion. That was my meal last night, which was pretty good. And had me a nice little Vlasic kosher dill pickle. Now, when I'm done eating all the pickles in here, I'm going to take a chicken breast. No, probably chicken thigh, because I like the thighs a little better. I'm going to put the chicken thighs in the brine here, in this pickle juice. And I'm going to soak it for about 24 hours, approximately. Take it out, pat it down, put a little bit of a breading on it. You know, just a little, flour breading. Then I'm going to fry that up. And it'll be almost like Chick-fil-A. Believe me, it does taste pretty close. Now, for dinner tonight, I'm not really that hungry, so I'm probably not going to do anything. I mean, still got a bit of pasta left, and do a little instant ramen. I have regular ramen in there as well, so I could do that. Haven't really decided what I want to do. But for right now, the only thing that I need to do is just clean up. You know, like I said, yesterday I stopped in Ozona, Texas. Ozona. Not exactly a hot spot or a hub of bustling activity. I had 0 phone connection and 0 internet access. So, you know, I got there about 5 o'clock yesterday. I pulled into Ozona, little rundown, nowhereville type place. And the only thing I could do was, you know, I edited a video partially. I did a little bit of, you know, like I said, I did a little cooking. I did a little walked around the truck a couple of times for a little bit of exercise, and then went to bed. And then this morning got up, drove 300 miles to get here to Waco on the back roads. But, you know, nothing, it wasn't too exhausting of a day. I stopped by Walmart in Lampasas, 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 Texas. Also just a little small town. And I picked me up another hard drive. Now, this is hard drive number 6. Now, there's a mix of them between 2 terabytes and 4 terabytes. This is hard drive number 6 that I'm working off of. Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Now, I'm almost got number 7 filled. Like I said, 4 terabytes going up. Today, I just picked up number 8. About a year and a half since May of 2018. Now, several months of the first bit of the vlog from the first season, several months are missing because I did not back them up on here. I just did it all through the computer. You know, uploaded everything to the computer. You know, edited it, posted it, deleted it all. Well, because I keep everything. I keep all the video because I want to be able to do a retrospective in the future. Now, I needed to pick up a couple more and download the finished vlogs as well. So I have a record of the finished vlogs as well as the raw footage. Mr. Cox, how you doing? Steven, welcome. Because when I do my videoing, you know, I just turn the camera on, let it run for a couple of minutes, and a lot of times by the end of the day, I have about 2 to 3 hours of footage, which I edit down. Now sometimes I'm just skipping a whole section because it's just boring driving or me rambling on like I'm doing right now. But like I said, that's 12 terabytes right there. By the end of I'm going to say March, maybe April, probably into April, I'll have this 4 terabyte drive filled. Number 8. Yeah, Kevin, you can download them. The creator of the video can download it back off of YouTube. Yeah. All right, so got that done. I have been looking at 2 things, which I'm really, really tempted to buy. Besides a new iPhone, I got an iPhone 7. I want to replace that with a newer one. I'm looking at the Insta360 1R camera, which I'm really looking at that one. I was thinking of the Osmo Action, but I've heard some people, kind of have some negatives about it, because I was thinking about getting that one. I mean, I use the GoPro, and I use these little cheapo $30 ones here from that I got through Amazon. I have the Hero 7 Black currently. I'm looking to. I was thinking about buying the 8, but then I saw this Insta 360, 1R, and the functions that it gives me, in especially the one that has the 1-inch size sensor. I'm really looking at that one really bad, really seriously. It has a 360 module, has a 4K module, has a standard module, has a 1-inch module with a nice big lens. So really good pictures out of it. And it's modular. You just swap out the pieces, and it so far it looks pretty good. Okay. All right. So right now I am just, like I said, grabbing all my vitamins and minerals and seeing what's what. I think I'll make some nachos later on. I got a big old thing of cheese in there that I can microwave up. Some more keto drink. This is the orange, it's quite acrid. I think it's probably the best word for it, but it does really well. It really helps. So right now I'm just, like I said, straightening things up, trying to organize a little bit. There are things that I need to change. And like I said, the number one thing that I want to do while I'm in this truck is build me a platform, which is going to go underneath the mattress here, underneath this, where I'm sitting right now. Wrong side, this side. I can't remember it's like a mirror. All right, so underneath the mattress, right? So here's the mattress here, and this is like a little tub it sits in. It's got about a lip about yay big, and the whole thing can lift up so you can access storage underneath. I never do. There's a door outside here and outside here, towards the the passenger side, where I can access it from the outside. I keep tools, equipment, cleaners, and other things for the job out there. Meta Music, how you doing? Well, Maniac, I do have a regular dash cam. I do use my GoPro. I will use that as a dash cam, sort of, if it's on and I'm filming it. When I'm in traffic and something happens, I will use that as evidence in case of an accident. And if you watch this last couple of vlogs called the After Hours 5 and 6, that weekend, August 22nd, or not a weekend, but weekdays, October 22nd, 23rd, into the 24th, was going to court for an accident that happened back in September. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, talking about storage, underneath the mattress here, I'm going to build a platform about 9 or 10 inches high, with ribs all the way along. Basically every foot or so, I'm going to have a longitudinal, going this way across the bed. On top of that, I'm going to have a good thick layer of plywood on top of that. In the front here, just like this mat right here, has a lip. There'll be a little bit of a lip coming up on the front of that plywood. On the driver's side, that plywood's going to go all the way out to that side wall there, right below the window. Along the back wall here, There's gonna be a big piece of plywood going up, probably to you see this line right here. So this line right here, I'm gonna go to this line right here with plywood going all the way up. And then I'm gonna have a row of shelves, about 3 to 4 inches wide, one on top, one here, one down here. So I gain a lot more storage capacity. Now, I'm unusual in that I'm in the truck month after month after month, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't take a lot of time off. Doing heavy haul as I do, well, Kevin, I can because it's not permanently attached to the truck. I'm not drilling holes. I'm not welding. I'm not gluing anything to the truck itself. It's just going to be an independent thing that'll sit inside. It's like this little tub down here. It'll sit inside, so it's not going to go anywhere, backwards, forwards, or side to side. And the mattress is going to sit on top of it. It's going to be held in by the back wall, the side wall, the edge of this here, and the one that's right below you right now, right here. And then also I'm going to have that lip along the front. That way the mattress won't go anywhere. Now, there is a little bit of space underneath the bunk, right here in the middle, that I have access to from inside. So I got my laundry basket, my hamper there, and a couple other things pushed into that area. But raising the mattress up about, like I said, about 8 or 9 inches, it's going to give me all this room to access, the space underneath the mattress. So I'm going to gain a lot of storage space. And then when I'm doing like I said, I got shelves along the back wall, and then the other side, the driver's side or the passenger side, where my feet are over here, like I said, it's going to be raised up basically right below the window right there. And then right above that, there's like a 7-8 inch wide space at the end of the mattress, right? That's why this stuff is sitting here. So in this area here, this area will be still used by little storage stuff like that, vitamins and minerals, little things that that I don't use all the time, but they can sit there. There's going to be a shelf right along here, onto which I can put other things. So like my printer here, I can mount the TV, the little television monitor there, and I can get a little bit more storage area there. Because as it is right now, everything just gets set there. I'm only 6'1", so I have a couple inches before the end of the mattress. So my feet aren't having things fall on it. I try to keep it as neat and organized as I can, but it's, for someone who's in the truck 24 hours a day for month after month after month, there isn't a whole lot of room for the normal things you need. Okay, clothes, toiletries, my medicine cabinet, my kitchen, entertainment, my stuff for health, camera gear, this is not that big of a space. It's about 7.5 feet wide. Here's the driver's seat. This is the back of the driver's seat. And I'm not going to take my hand off the drive, but that's the back wall. That's the span of my hands right there. So if I put my fist out like this, I'm touching the back wall and the front and the driver's seat at the same time. And then I have, basically almost 6'5" high. I can stand up fully. But you take out this little table here. This is only about 4 foot right here by 2 foot. That's all my floor space. And there is not a whole lot of room to do a lot. Now, if you look back at, I think it's episode 76 in the season 1, you'll see what I did in the Kenworth I was driving. I had 2 bunks. I had a lower bunk, which I slept in. The upper bunk, because nobody else was in the truck, I built a shelving system on top of that and doubled my storage. I don't have a double bunk in this truck, so I can't do that. So I have to compromise and do other things. So as long as I'm not doing anything that permanently attaches, I'm not cutting holes, I'm not drilling into the truck, I'm not gluing or welding or anything like that. It's just a platform, like I said, with legs under it, and then a big shelf going on the back, a big piece of plywood on the back to where I can put shelves attached to it, and then at the foot of the bed, one big wide shelf that would hold the printer. Now, truck drivers normally don't need a printer, but because I do heavy haul and I require to have permits, right? So this is my paperwork for this trip, right? Here are my bills of lading. Gives me all the information about the truck, about the load, what it is, where it's going, blah blah blah. This here is a CAT scale ticket. This is a registered scale to weigh the truck in the load. And if you can see, see if you can see there. Those are my weights. Okay, the steering axle, the two drive axles are the second one, the total weight on the trailer axles, and then the total weight below. I'm almost 84,000 pounds loaded. Now, because I'm 84,000 pounds, I am 4,000 pounds heavier than what is called a legal load. A legal load weight is 80,000 pounds, 40 tons. Now, these here are the permits for the 4 states that I had to go through. Now, I cannot drive this vehicle with this load without a permit in these 4 states. So I had to wait for these before I could get on the road. So California, Arizona, New Mexico, and even though I still have to go 0.2 of a mile, I still have to have Texas. Now, gives me the company information, truck information, the weights I'm allowed on my axles, the roads I can go on, my route that I have to take, general conditions, how much the permit costs, how it was paid. There's some more of the rules that I have to obey for this load. And this is the exact specific directions sitting like that. Now, if I get onto any road that is different than this, I violate the permit, and I'm going to be up the creek, as they like to say. I'm the one going to face a fine for being on a road that I'm not supposed to be on. And that could be several hundreds of dollars. So, and then, like I said, this is for New Mexico. Granted, I was only on I-10 in New Mexico, but I still had to adhere to these rules. One of the rules was I could not do more than 65 miles per hour. I'd have flashing lights. I had to have flags and, things of that nature. Arizona, I was restricted to 55 miles an hour. Not because the truck won't do 55. I can get this truck up to 70 miles an hour with this load without a problem. But the permit in Arizona restricted me to 55 miles an hour, which was a pain in the backside. In California, they don't give me a restriction for the speed I can go because California limits every truck, legal dimensions, legal weight, whatever, to 55 miles an hour. Now, I believe it's Arizona. Yeah. Arizona is one of those states that I have to sign it down here, or else this permit is not a legal document. It's not a valid permit. So whenever I get these, I have to read them, understand them, and adhere to them 100%. Because I violate one little thing on here, and a state highway, officer, or a DOT officer, Department of Transportation officer, if I violate these, they can sign a fine to me. They can put me out of service until I get a new permit, or they say you're going to take a 10-hour break to teach you a lesson. So these ones are now done. Well, let's see here. Pug, California permit was $16. Arizona, let's see if it says here on Arizona. Arizona was $75. New Mexico. New Mexico is one of those states that bases upon how much you actually weigh or how much you're hanging over the sides or the back. New Mexico was $25. And then Texas, you would think a conservative state, they are a lot more, they're typically more expensive than any other state. So there's a $75 fee for the permit, and then overweight fee, $135. Other fees, $4.98 or 96 cents. 98 cents. Total amount, $214.98 for Texas. So almost $300 just for the permits to go from California to Texas. And like I said, I'm only 4,000 pounds over the legal limit. But yeah, you would think that California would be the most because they're a bunch of, insert your expletive here. California gets you other ways. Everything's more expensive. Everything is just more of a pain in the butt in California. I don't particularly like going to California. I don't like having to be forced to drive at 55 miles an hour. Now, unfortunately, I'm the only one doing the speed limit. Everybody else flies by me. But when they're the ones pulled over by the police, they can enjoy the ticket and the expense. But this is all my paperwork for this particular load, which I'm going right across the highway. Literally right across the highway. I'm on I-35 here in Robinson, Texas. I'm going right across the highway to the RDO equipment, right on the other side of the highway, right across the bridge. 0.2 of a mile, I'm there. So, I can't really get any closer without parking right on the street, which I can't do that. So, but that's our paperwork. Now, this is some of the fun that, as a heavy haul truck driver, get to deal with. Now, this book here, this 1-inch wide binder, this was my original permit book. This is what came with the truck, what the company gives out. Now, I've transferred some things here. So I put my monthly maintenance report in here, which I keep track of as I do things for the truck. Truck wash, fuel, repair a bracket, repair a light. That all gets listed on there. Greasing the truck, axles and leaf springs and all that jazz, that goes on there. the electronic logging device manual, which instead of doing it on paper like we used to, we have a computer that tracks our hours and whatnot. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Black Girl, how you doing? Glad to have you in. All right, so I got that manual here, how to operate it, how to work it, and also the company's driver handbook I put into this 1-inch binder, and you can pretty much see it's pretty much full. You know, I got a few little things in there as well. Now, this is my new permit book. This is the original. This is the new one. And you can see it's almost full. There's a couple of things that I had a problem with trying to squeeze all the information into this little tiny thing. A, it's not going to fit. So in here, we got, let's take a look through it here and take that out of the way. So in the book now, truck registration, truck inspection, the trailer registration, trailer inspection, my fuel tax paper for 2020, the insurance paperwork. Then this is a list of all the annual permits that I currently have for this truck. You can see California, Florida, Idaho, Iowa. I got 2 different ones for Iowa, right? I have a non-expiring one, and I have an annual one that lets me do certain other extra things. So, you know, even certain counties, this is Black Hawk County, Iowa, where we have one of our drop yards. So we have a special permit for that. You know, Minnesota, Nevada, you know, Texas, Arizona. Then we go back here, all the rules and regulations that I'm able to print out, every state going through, all the way back. Alabama all the way to Wyoming, which this book only had a few of them. Okay? But I'm printing out all 48 states. Because Hawaii, little difficult to get to Hawaii by truck. There's a few piers that go out a little ways, but you got to get a really good running start to be able to skim across the water in a truck. Oh, sorry. So, like I said, in order to make sure that I'm driving the exact way that I'm required to drive, I'm making sure that I'm going from a pittance of information to all the information. So that they, you know, when I get pulled over for a DOT inspection by a state trooper or a DOT officer, and they say, let me see your permit book, bam, I slam this down on the desk. They look at that and they, you know, their eyes get really wide. I stopped there. Where was I at? I stopped on my way to California this past time, the trip before this one. I stopped in, I think it was in New Mexico. Stopped at a way station, New Mexico. Let's see your papers. Let me see your permits. Let me see your IFTA sticker. Let me see your registration. He was expecting what 99.9 to infinity % of all truck drivers will do. They'll give him a little binder like this. I plopped this sucker down in front of him. He goes, really? He seriously, he looked at me and said, really? That's your permit book? I said, I have everything. There's nothing you can bring up that I don't have in here that does not pertain to me. So, you know, he goes, really? You have all the rules and regulations there. So I flipped back here, went through my little book here, and I went to New Mexico. Let me see if I can focus on that. New Mexico, rules and regulations. I said, you want me to take this out? He goes, no. He goes, well, how do you know where you're going to go if you have a escort? I said, well, because I have a New Mexico escort map in here too. And he says, all right, just get out of here. I don't want to talk to you anymore. It was funny. There was another officer, another DOT officer sitting at that scale with him. And she was just shaking her head, going, I can't believe this knucklehead brings in a book like that. But that's part of how I approach doing the job. I don't go about my job in a half-assed manner. And then whenever I stopped and been, have somebody do an inspection on me and they're looking at my load and they're asking me questions about my load, I said, okay, I have this little device here, this little card. Cargo securement tie down. It slides back and forth, and the type of chain, the size of chain, how much it weighs, and how many points of contact I need with the truck, right there. And they look at me like, what kind of anal, obsessive compulsive idiot are you? And I have to look at them with that same expression on my face. I'm the anal, self-obsessed, obsessive compulsive idiot that does things right. And when I do get an inspection, of which I've had 7 so far, I pass every single one of them with no violations on it. And when I turn that into my boss, and say, hey, I just got a level 2 inspection, a level 1 inspection. Pass flying colors, no violations. It's one of those things that, I already planned for that amount of time to be taken up with the DOT, Department of Transportation. I already planned for that time to be gone. And it's not an interruption for me. It's just part of the job. So I do everything I possibly can to make sure that before I ever got to where they're going to stop me and look at me, every single thing I have is 100% correct. I will not roll down the road unless I know it is. And I don't care what my manager says. I don't care what DOT says. I don't care what the shipper or receiver says. It's what I say, and that's how I operate. Hey, Jesse, don't worry about that. Turn it off if you need to. I appreciate you coming in. Really, Ag Hauler? Wow. I think you do still have a little bit of, I think you have like a 60-day time period till it has to officially be done, but it has to be demonstrated that you're working on it. I think that's what the issue. I don't know what system you're working on. We are, my company here is using PeopleNet, which I used previously. Then I went to Qualcomm, now back to PeopleNet. So, but overall, it's not too bad. Yeah. All right. So, the trip out here is, of course, because I'm on permits, I'm limited to how fast I can drive, what roads I can drive. What time of day I can start, what time of day I must end, the speed I can go. All those factors play into, how far I can get down the road. The second part of that is also I went from Pacific time, from Lakeside, California, out here to Hewitt, Texas. So I crossed the time zone twice. Pacific time into Mountain, and then Mountain into Central. So that affects how far you can go. You lose 50, 60 miles when you cross over the time zone going east. Going west, you gain that hour on the clock, so it's nearly not too bad. Going west is a whole lot easier than going east. All right. Oh, pardon me. Let me put this back out the way here. So like I said, I'm carrying a John Deere 210G LC excavator. Weighs approximately 50,000 pounds. It is 10 foot 6 inches wide, which means it hangs over the edge of the trailer a foot on each side. I'm standing at 14 foot 2 inches tall, which is 6 inches taller than a legal size load. Weight, height, and width are all over the legal size load limit, standard without permits. So that's why I have 4 permits for the 4 states I've driven through: California, Arizona, New Mexico, and in Texas here. But other than that, not too bad. What's this? Oh, I found my Christmas lights. I didn't get a chance to put them up this year, which kind of sucked. It wasn't as festive as it normally is in the truck. Usually I have the front window completely, encircled by Christmas lights. So I have 5 strings of lights in here, little battery operated ones. And it's even got a remote. I have the remote for 2 of those strings somewhere. But, there you go. Oh, yeah. This is the ELD system I use, called PeopleNet. And it's a pain in the backside. There are 51 pages in this book, going through all the functions and what you got to do and how you got to use it, just to track how I'm doing my job, because the government mandates that we truck drivers are too irresponsible to know when to take a break or when to go to sleep or when we can work. So thanks to the government, we got to have systems like this in our trucks. All right. Yeah, it's Tupperware. Yeah, so we are just, like I said, we were taking a little time. I already got, a vlog, one vlog done, and then a supplemental video done. Hopefully you saw that supplemental video with the sun coming up here in Florida. Back in October. Extra Walmart bags. There we go. So extra trash bags. Can always use those. Because believe it or not, it does get dirty in a truck very, very fast. I got dishes down here, which I'm not going to let you see because they're dirty. And I just been too lazy to get them done because I don't have a lot of time to do anything. But like I said, hoodies. Got to put those away. A shirt, pair of pants. I got a towel here. See, all this stuff just got to get put away someplace. And there just isn't a place, Every nook and cranny's got something. And, ooh, I found me a treat. A bag of Funyuns. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love these things. That's my midnight snack for tonight. Now, here's another thing that a lot of truck drivers don't do. This is why you have 350, 400-pound truck drivers out there. They don't do any exercise whatsoever. They get out of their truck, they walk inside, grab some candy bars, coffee. They eat out at the restaurants all the day, every single day. They don't do any exercise whatsoever. Now, some simple resistance bands. Now, soft rubber, rubber bands right there. Do a little bit of exercise. So I got those, which these need to go where they need to go, right there. Yes. Here's my cookbook. There we go. Now, part of cooking in the truck means trying to have something interesting to eat all the time. Doing the same thing. I have a friend of mine, truck driver. He eats soup all the time, a sandwich all the time. So I have the Instant Pot. Can make all kinds of good things in that. This is a YouTuber who does cooking. French Guy Cooking, Alex the French Guy. Got some good recipes in there. These are my two favorite that I use more than anything else. Both are ketogenic meals, so bacon and butter, ketogenic diet cookbook. And 365 days of ketogenic recipes by Emma Cady. A chicken fajitas, gingered beef pork stew, apple cinnamon breakfast bowl, scallion frittata. Let's see, beef and bacon burger. Let's see here, lamb and zucchini, sauerkraut spare ribs, broccoli soup. You can't tell me you can't cook in the truck because I do it every day. Well, not every day, but enough that I enjoy it beyond measure. I'm gonna set those right there, like that. So we're adjusting things a little bit because I need to make sure that things are properly set in the truck. So here's an old logbook. So I track everything in my logbook. Different colors mean different things. Let's see here. My very first trip in a truck. Let's see. I had to wait a couple days before I got it. Friday, June 30th. That's the very first day I drove a truck as actually doing a load. I mean, right there. Friday, June 30th, 2017. And I tracked pretty much everything that I ever could. And some days are really busy. Some days were not. But I got a couple of these books like that. Let me see, a notebook here. That notebook can go up there because I need that up there. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about by the Tom Reed. How you doing, sir? I do appreciate you coming in for the live. I'm not promising excitement by any stretch of the imaginations. Michael, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just have a good meal, and God bless to you, sir. So this is basically what I'm talking about for the design for my storage underneath the mattress. So the mattress is going to sit on top, right here. Let me go this way. Right here. Then this is over here. This little section right here is right behind the cabinet. And the same, the same right there. That'll be right behind the cabinet. This will be the open space where the floor is, right down here at the base of the bed. Then up here, like I said, see the shelves there. It's going to go a little bit higher than that. Then there's a little shelf at the head and a little shelf at the foot. That's the initial plan right there. What I'm gonna build to give me a little bit more storage space. But until that happens, we're just gonna make do with what we got. All right. So it's just a matter of time. I got to pick up the lumber. 1971. I was born 1971. February the 8th, 1971 was when I was born. All right. That's for the Instant Pot. Stick that up there. So we need to put this somewhere where I don't lose it. And we'll stick it right there. Sometimes you can't be too choosy where you put things. Alrighty, let's let me take this out here. There we go. And I even have a scale for my health in the truck. I need a piece of plywood to set it on because right now this carpet has padding under it, so this doesn't read. It always tells me I'm 35 pounds. There's no way in hell I weigh 35 pounds. The rocks in my head weigh 35 pounds. Damn. You're really old, man. Yeah, well, hopefully I make it to 67. I'm lucky I'm going to make 49 this next month, so there you go. So like I said, vitamins and minerals, getting all my little bottles here, all put into one place. You know, throwing boxes out, throwing things away that I don't need nor want. You know, just to make everything a little bit more compact, a little bit more easier to find things and do things. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably put this box outside to put little knickknacks in. You know, little things here and there. Need to find my other thing there. Yep. But like I said, you know, little things can mean a big difference. ABF, man. Remember ABF? Saw them all over the east part of town, east part of the country. All right. But like I said, you know, see, little things like little boxes like this sometimes can really be a godsend when you're trying to organize things. You know, just put things in little boxes, stack them on up. But this box is no longer needed. There you go. Something else. All right. The more I can centralize things of a similar group and put them in the same place that's easy to get at and is easier to use, I think I'm going to enjoy that a whole heck of a lot more. There we go. But there are times where you just don't have the room for anything. Oh, that's one of my pieces of log there. So a little electronic muscle stimulator. I got to find the controlling unit for it. I think it's still at my sister's house, so we'll do that. Say more of my keto drink. But so I took things that were in 3 places or 5 places, squished it down to 1. So that's working the way I needed to. So now we can start putting things back in some sort of order here. There we go. And that's going to fit a little bit neater than what it did just a couple of minutes ago. Now, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but no one ever promised that, so there you go. I'll stick that up there. So like I said, I got a big thing of pins, you know, all different colors. I just threw them in a can, said, hey, you know, why not? There it is. The biggest thing to worry about right now is where I put my printer. Because there isn't a whole heck of a lot of extra room just to be able to put something, you know, this big. You know, it needs a shelf of its own. It needs a place to reside and stay. So that's why, you know, right at the foot of the bed, have that little shelf right there. This will stay there, won't move. It's conveniently out of the way. It's not going to get kicked and get broken. It's not going to fall down like my last printer did. Last printer fell down and busted. I had to buy this one at the last minute in California, which I absolutely hated doing. I would not have been able to do this trip if I did not have this printer. It's a necessity that I have it. Like I said, because I do heavy haul, unfortunately, that's the way it is. So we're just going to set that right there. And we're going to call that Somos Auxiliary. Well, a lot of truck drivers will have a sufficient amount of space to do what they need to do. But like I said, I'm in the truck 9-10 months out of the year. I'm in the truck. You know, I take very little home time. I take very little time off. So, you know, I have a full kitchen in the truck. Microwave, hot plate, panini grill, stick blender, rice cooker, pressure cooker, pots, pans, knives, forks, you know, everything you have in a house or an apartment, I have in the truck. So, you know, I could have more space if I got rid of that stuff and I'd have everything I need, you know, quote unquote. But, excuse me. But thing is, I'd rather cook than eat out at the restaurant. You know, that's fine once in a while, but too many drivers do that every single day. And they waste their money every single day. And I managed to save a good deal of money because I cook in the truck. You know, where I can make a good New York strip steak dinner for $5, I'm going to pay $15 or $20 at the restaurant without even thinking about it. All right, so need to fold those. I'll worry about that later. I need to put an iron on those. But something is so simple as 2 or 3 hoodies, you know. Believe it or not, this takes up a large amount of room. And when you don't have the room, you're having to take them out, take something off, put them back, move them around. You know, having an extra towel, you know, takes up a lot of room when you don't have any room. I mean, let's see, 7.5 foot by 5.5 feet by 6.5 feet high. Then you add in 2 cabinets, a refrigerator, a couple cubbies here, very little storage underneath, and you're trying to put all the things you need into that little bit of space, the space goes by really, really fast. You know, you just don't have the room to do a whole heck of a lot with, you know, so. But that's the way it be. And there's things I do that help give me a little bit extra space. So like my little folding camp table, you know, that gives me a good amount of real estate that I can put things on, move things around. You know, it really does help. Now, when I need to get into this cabinet, yeah, I got to take all this stuff off, move it, roll it up, and put it away sometimes. But, you know, that's just part of the fun, as they like to say. Let's see here. Yeah, that's still got 77%. My little internet device. So camera gear, cameras. Like, here was my first GoPro 5. See, the lens there is cracked. The back is all blown out. This is what happens when you run over it with a 30,000-pound truck. And then I bought 3 of these little $30 action cameras from Amazon to compensate until I got my Hero, my GoPro 7. Alrighty. Like I said, today is one of them days where it's like, Brand new hard drive number 8. Nope. And I was in Walmart today, and it slipped my mind. Because I was in there buying another hard drive. 4 terabytes. This is number 8 that I'm going to be filling up pretty soon. So number 7 is pretty much full. I'm editing ones here in number 6. All right. I did not think about that till I was in there. I need to write that down and make a little mental note of it before I go into Walmart again. There is a Walmart right across the highway from me, which I may go to tomorrow. I need to do a little bit of grocery shopping. And I probably should pick up a slotted spoon while I'm there, but it hasn't been that much a priority. So there's a few things I still need and want, or want and need, or desire to have. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So we're going to use this little box here. That'll fit right there. That fits right there. Just to give us a little bit of something to put that on. Label maker. I never thought I'd be owning a label maker driving a truck, but I've been using that. I bought some of these little knockoff little AirPod things, little $20 versions. Let's just say, they kind of sucked. Right. Oh, I got a bunch of pennies in there. All kinds of pins and markers and pennies and little things. So I could throw that away. See you later, sayonara. So I'll put some of that office stuff in here. That off. Put that in there. Yeah, throw that in there too. So little things, you know, just like any junk drawer in a house or an apartment, the glove box of your car just winds up collecting every dang thing under the sun. Same in a truck, you know. especially when you're quote unquote living in it. You know, there's just things just pile up. Well, here's my vitamins for the night. Turmeric, omega-3, multivitamin, tryptophan, and a good night formula. So that's my vitamin pack for the night. Let's see. I got a few coins in there. There we go. And we're going to empty out this one here. So tape, a little bit of whiteout, highlighters, pens. Got a few paper clips and twist ties and something I shouldn't be having. Icebreakers, duos, little mint-like things. I'm gonna throw that in there too. There we go. This typically sits right over my driver's seat, right in front of me, over on the overhead. There's a little overhead compartment, so I keep my keys in here. I keep you know a few things in here that I'm going to need all the time. All right. Wallet, and whatnot. There we go. So like I said, my wallet stays in this. My second set of keys stays in there. Usually have a utility knife in there. Just a few extra things that I keep right at hand, in case I need them right immediately. So I'm not coming back here, not digging through stuff. I just reach right over and grab that stuff right there, which is always nice. Extra hat. Got it there. There we go. There's sometimes there's the convenient aspect, and then there's other times where it's like, just throw it all in there. Like this right here. It's like here, a little, a screen protector for the phone. I just throw all my SD cards in there. They all fit in there nice, pretty nice and easy, so why not? Put all that in there. My hard drive's in there that I'm using right now. Cameras that I'm just throw them in there and make it nice and easy and simple. All right, now, gonna stick that right there. That'll work. All right, so now that I've got pretty much the foot of the bed is pretty much straight the way I want it to be. Now, normally this is where I cook, whatnot, but I've just taken everything from the head of the bed, the foot of the bed, and threw some of that stuff down here. So this little camp table, see, just got the little legs there. Now I got stuff sitting there that I got to clean up. We're going to fold this table up so the table just top comes apart. Lay that like that. I wish this table was a bit taller. So that just folds up. Just rolls up inside. There we go. I wish the table was a little bit taller this way. But I think I just need to get a, build a little riser so this could sit on nice and easy. So that folds up nice and easy, nice and neat, sits out the way. All right, let's see here. All right, I get a packet of cashews. A couple more coins. Now, most of the time when I'm on the road, I do not use cash for anything. But I got a little change box, a little extra a couple of bills in there, just to be able to make sure that if I need cash, I have a little bit with me. All right. So this is my little office box, you know, all the little bits and bobs, extra pens, paper clips, whatnot. That's my little office box. This is my little tray right next to the bed, which I keep typically like this right there. So anything that I want to throw in that gets done real quick. Here are some of my other hard drives, like that. I don't know what I did with number 5. Number 5's around here somewhere. It's like here, 2 terabyte. Then I went to a 4 terabyte. Then I got 2 more 2 terabytes. I got another one around here somewhere. I don't know what happened to it, but then I have miscellaneous camera stuff, which we're going to straighten out right now as well. Just a whole bunch of little nonsense things that, you know, I don't know if I'll ever use ever again, but we're just going to put it all there for the heck of it. All right. Hopefully it closes. That's the remote for my Christmas lights. So I'm going to put that up here where it belongs. All the other stuff there. Little coin box, we'll stick that right there. Like I said, extra cables. We got a big old tube of extra cables, which we will just get everything into there. There we go. Because we don't have room for things to be spread out. All kinds of miscellaneous cords and cables, and every time you pick up a new little electronic thing, no matter how small it is, they give you extra cables, so they all kind of pile up. So, an old thing of beef jerky now holds all my cables. Sits right there. That's good. And I tried this beef jerky, Dakota jerky. Picked up a tube of that, still got a little bit in there. Not really great, but as a quick snack, not too shabby. We're gonna. So this is the fun I get to have, you know, organizing and compacting things down a little bit. Trash. Now, there we go. This is where it starts to get fun. So, I use, where'd it go to? Oh, here. Where did I put? Oh, here it is. I use a subscription service to provide vitamins and minerals and supplements. It's called Persona. Right? Persona Nutrients. They provide these little custom packs of my daily vitamins and minerals. Now, I used to be getting one for the morning, one for the evening, but now I'm switching over to just one per day, 1 pack per day. So, right at the moment, I am getting all this stuff put into one container here. You know, that way You know, I'm not hunting for things. I'm not looking in 14 different places, you know, for things. So, one more box, empty. This is the box for the evening. It's the last one that has, you know, morning and evening, container. You know, I'm going to get these all into one, you know, location, just to make it easier for myself. There we go. And another box empty. We're going to take that one for tonight. So now we got several boxes emptied out and put into that. All right, set that right there. Then I got a couple other things that I need to find a location for, but other than that, you know, not too worried about it. Stick those in there like that. And things that are half empty, you know, we'll double up. So like I said, I take curcumin to help with, you know, just being overall healthy. So here's one that's full, but it's still, you know, it's only about half full. So what I like to do is combine 2 bottles together. Now it takes up less space. There we go. But now that means I have a whole lot of trash up front I got to take care of. But I'd rather get the stuff off the truck than leave it on the truck and be a pain in the neck for me. All right. Progress has been made. What's this? Oh, you put that one in there. Somebody decided to escape. There we go. So, today has been fairly... Okay, let me close the window here. Yeah. Starting to get a little bit too chilly here. There we go. Let's see here. All right. So, you know, today is not that exciting of a day, just a little 300-mile drive. This morning from Ozono, Texas to Waco, Hewitt/Robinson, Texas. Not much was that exciting. It's a kind of a gray day, a little bit overcast. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. A little on the chilly side, but other than that, not too bad of a day. Now it's just a matter of doing some of those chores which we don't want to do, like dealing with laundry, dealing with, you know, the bed sheets and the pair of pants you wore for 2 days in a row, and, you know, dish towels and washing the dishes and the socks you got all dirty and sweaty today. And I got to take care of all that. So, you know, being in the truck full time is the same as being in an apartment. Things pile up. You know, things can get out of hand real quick, which I don't like. I wish I had a sleeper than what I got. You know, and I could lay it out the way I want to. It would be very different. But, you know, got the vacuum cleaner, you know, got my vacuum cleaner, so, you know, can clean the floor. Got trash bags. I got little dust brooms. I got way to wash the dishes. I got places I can put things. So, really, it's just a matter of willpower and doing it. That's the thing that really is a pain in the backside. There's no maid service with the truck. It'd be nice, but not going to happen. All right. So it is what now? It is 6:30 here in Texas, here on I-35. I did 2 videos just earlier when I got to the stop today. I'm going to try to get another 2 videos done tonight, edited and uploaded. I got a lot of footage to take off the SD cards and put on the hard drives, number 7 and number 8. And what else? Get some trash thrown out. I got to do that. I got some dishes to wash. I don't know when I'm going to get a load tomorrow. I'm going to be over here making my delivery at just about 7:30. Get over there and make my delivery. Then I'm going to go right across the street to the Walmart, do a little quick shopping. Get a couple of vegetables that I need to get. And yes, Rudy, I'm going to look for that slotted spoon like I need. And what else? Oh, I want to try to get a small chicken or a pork roast, because in the oven here, I want to put that on the rotisserie. There we go. I want to put that in the rotisserie and do a rotisserie with either a chicken or a pork roast in there. I have a pretty good pork tenderloin that I stuff with bacon, spinach, onion, rosemary, and balsamic vinegar. I have a pretty good recipe for that, which I really like it. Hey, Stephanie, I didn't see you there. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing pretty good today. Yeah, Tom, we have cab overs here as well. They're a little bit bigger. I did pass a man truck today, but it was more of an exploratory recreational vehicle type thing. And coming through the town of Lampasas, Texas, I passed a dump truck that was a Freightliner cab over today. Which, you don't see too many of them. I don't know how anybody ever, did anything in those, but some people find it hard to think that I basically live in, like I said, 5.5 feet, 7.5 feet, 6.5 feet, and then I have, everything in this area, in here. It's a bit tight. I don't have everything that I want in here, and it's definitely not laid out the way I want it, so I got to be a little creative. Like I said, I'm going to be building a platform under the bed, shelving up the back wall, and a shelf at the foot here. It'll take a little bit of work to do that. I got to buy the plywood, some screws. I got to buy a nice straight edge. I got to buy a saw. But once I have it the way I want it, all this stuff is going to be pretty easy to have. Everything will be in its place, and I'll wind up with a little bit more space than I actually need. I'll have a little basket just so I can put potatoes in, or onions in, or this won't be sitting rattling around the floor. It'll go underneath the bed. The cabinet space, It's going to be so much more useful. Right. So like here, my clothes cabinet. Right. There's my refrigerator. Little, college refrigerator, barely big enough for anything. I can manage to squeeze a week's worth or almost 2 weeks worth of food in here. Almost. Now, my clothes cabinet here does not hold all my clothes. One, I have too many. Let's see, I got 3 hoodies, 5 pairs of blue jeans, 2 coats, and a few other things. A pair of shoes, slippers and whatnot. But these bins here, these drawers here, I got from Walmart. This is 2 of them. I took the top off the bottom one here, just popped the top of a little plastic thing, and I attached the top 3 to the bottom 3 so that it just barely fits in there. So underwear, socks, t-shirts, shorts, pajamas, and winter socks at the bottom. Now, this does give me a lot of use, but what I'm going to do is take this unit out, and I'm going to put plywood along this wall here, plywood along this wall over here, and then screwed in and attach some shelving in between, going all the way to the back, coming all the way to the front, without any drawer fronts on. Just sit in there. So when the door closes like that, nothing's going to be able to slide out because the shelf will come all the way out to the end. And then, like I said, I got a little bit of a medicine cabinet here, a little bit, bit of medicine and soap and aspirin and Q-tips and just little things that'll fit in there. But I'm going to gain about 25% more space than I have currently. So all the clothes that I own will actually fit in there. And then the same cabinet, which is actually only about this high, right below where you're sitting right now. This cabinet here, which has all my kitchen. Well, 85% of the kitchen. Microwave. That can't, that just stays, that stays right there. Microwave stays up there, But I'm gonna gain another 25% in that cabinet as well by building, a wooden shelving in there so that everything fits in there nice and neat. So I'm going to gain more space there. Then underneath the bed, I'm going to gain space there. Then the shelving system, the shelving wall up here, little shelves here, about yay deep, yay wide, all the way along. I'm going to gain space there, which is going to make everything so much easier. I won't have things sitting here on the bed like I do. They're going to be on the wall. Everything at the foot of the bed is going to be either underneath the little shelf, on top of a shelf, because like I said, my printer's going to go on that shelf at the foot of the bed, but everything else behind here, just pop it right in. Like I said, little auxiliary fan, little plug-in fan, just pop it in right there, and it'll sit there all day, every day till I need it. But here we go. Let's take a quick look at the wreckage. All right. So all that garbage there, I got to pick up and throw away. Not a pretty sight. But got the bed changed, got the linens on the bed changed, new pillowcases on. So my dirty, filthy, nasty, trucker body is not sleeping in a big pile of dirt. Do you have showers at the truck stop? Try to get a shower every single day, but when that doesn't happen, the trucker's next best friend. Baby wipes. You don't get exactly clean, but you feel a little bit cleaner. Wipe, 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 wipe. Head to toe, a dozen of these, you feel a little bit cleaner. Hey, when you're stuck at a rest area, you're stuck in front of somebody's, you're stuck at a shipper or receiver, no shower, or the shower, and you've got to pay $12 for a shower instead of getting a free one. These come in very, very handy. Believe me. Or when I'm out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, like I was last night, no shower. The shower, they wanted $15 for me to take a shower. No, I'm not paying $15 to get a shower, especially when I don't know whether it's going to be, the water's going to be hot, whether it's going to stay hot, and the temperature's not going to go up and down, whether I have enough water pressure, I have enough volume of water, enough flow, whether the faucet head, the shower head is either up here above me or here where I got to bend down like this to get under. Whether somebody in the next shower flushes the toilet and I get nothing but scalding hot water. Sometimes you can't take that risk. So I think a baby wipes is invaluable as a necessity of doing the job as a truck driver. Like I said, unfortunately it's more than I need to. And when I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I'm in a dirty, dusty environment, by the time I'm done loading my load or taking my load off or working on the truck or whatnot, just come in, just get a little baby wipe. I mean, I can take about 7, 8 little baby wipe baths, little baby wipe like that, like that, bing, bing, bing. Throw it right in the trash bag and bing, bang, there you go. You're not going to feel like you took a shower, but you're going to feel a little bit better. And sometimes that's all you need, right? Sometimes you need just good enough. And I knew a person who was an ultimate OCD perfectionist. Nothing would get accomplished because it wasn't perfect. And I had to tell him, sometimes good enough is good enough. Sometimes it's better just to get it done because it needs to get done. You can't wait till something is perfect. That's the number one way I've seen people procrastinate in getting a job done or getting any kind of project done. Oh, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not to my standard. Well, you're throwing money down the drain. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy because you're wanting to be perfect. There's nothing that a human being can do that will ever be perfect. So why are you trying? Yeah, you aim at perfection, but it's just not going to happen. Alrighty. Well, like I said, I got some trash I got to throw away real quick. I do have a trash can out behind the back of the truck, so I'm going to get that done tonight. I got a few dishes I got to wash, which, if you remember from previously, just like I have the wipes for myself, use the old disinfecting wipes here for my dishes, and a good dish towel. Clean my dishes, get those put away. And then once I deliver tomorrow, like I said, about 7:30 a.m. I'll get delivered. Around 8 o'clock, I'm going to go to the Walmart, which is right across the street. Like I said, 0.2 of a mile to deliver. Right across the street is the Walmart. Do a little bit of shopping. I need a few vegetables. Going to pick up some more chicken thighs. Pick up some ground beef. Because I'm thinking of doing burritos again real soon for a meal. A slotted spoon. Thank you, Rudy, for reminding me. I do want to pick up a camp stove. Hey, Tom, thank you very much, sir, for coming in. I appreciate it. I know it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning for you. So God bless. Have a good night. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Like I said, I want to pick up a small propane, Coleman camp stove so that I can start cooking outside when springtime gets here and things are a little bit warmer. I can cook outside a little bit higher temperatures, do some stir frying out there, things where I can really let it smoke up a little bit, which I can't really do in the truck as much. But other than that, everything is going good with the job. Not getting any kind of real problems. No, not being shut down by DOT. Things are not breaking. Things are being maintained well. Still getting used, even after 6 months, I'm still getting used to the way the truck handles, still getting used to the way things sit in the truck. It's going to take a little time to really be, settled. But other than that, it's going good. I'm happy where I'm at. Was getting a little bit jealous of a guy I parked next to the other day. He has an extended sleeper, basically 2 times longer than mine. Got a stand-up kitchen, got a freezer and a refrigerator, and both of which the freezer was twice as big as my refrigerator and freezer combination, and so was the refrigerator, twice as big. Like I said, countertop you can stand up at. The bed was nice and big, and had everything he needed. That's what I would like, but until I can get my own truck, that ain't gonna happen. So I'll just deal with what I got. What else? Really not much else to really say or do. Like I said, I'm going to do some more editing of videos. I'm catching up. Well, not really catching up, but I am up to October the 26th is the next vlog. Like I said, it's so easy to get behind with this because when you don't have the time, you don't feel like it doesn't get done. But I'm going to try to catch up as much as I can with the vlog and supplemental videos. Today being Sunday, this is the only live stream I'm going to do for the day, unless I'm sitting waiting for a load. If I have to wait for a load for a day or two, then I'll probably do a weekday vlog, a weekday live stream. I never know when that's going to happen, so who knows. But for tonight, we are here in Robinson, Texas, right across the I-35. We're going to be delivering at RDO Equipment here in Hewitt, Texas. But it's still the same thing. Robinson, Hewitt, basically the same thing. Then once we're done that, get a little shopping, come back here to wait here for my next load. Who knows how long that's going to take? I never do. And we're going to do more general cleaning and maintenance. I got to do a bit of maintenance on the truck. I'm going to grease all the grease fitting points for the steering, the drive, the drive shaft, the suspension, everywhere, the steering, all the steering wheel shaft and all the knuckle and drag line and all that other stuff. And going to grease all that up. Make sure all my fluids are good. Top everything off that needs to be topped off. Give the windows a real good scrubbing. Try to Rain-X those tomorrow. Cross the fingers that I can do that. Sweep out the front. Really get that nice and clean. Put the vacuum in everywhere the vacuum can go. I'm going to go with front and back. The 2 outer cabinets I'm going to empty out. Vacuum the floor under there. Try to put things back in, in a nice, neat, organized way. so that everything can be gotten to. No, pardon me. Any trash I'm going to throw out. Other than that, it's just a matter of delivery, then waiting. If I get no load tomorrow, I may be doing a live cooking episode tomorrow if I do not have a load. And if I do have a load, but I'm not going to be picking up until Tuesday in this area, then, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know where I'm going to go, so it's a mystery to me as it is to you. What else? Really nothing else that's too interesting right now. That's my life, Mr. Boredom. I may, like I said, I'm going to be working on the plans for the shelving system for the cabinetry, for the cabinets, left and right, and underneath the bed and up the back wall. Be doing some more detailed plans for that. See how much plywood I need, screws and glue, and other things like that. See what I need for that. And then from there, it's up in the air what's going to happen and when. So other than that, it's same old boring living in a truck. So the APU just kicked back on to keep the batteries charged up and the AC running. So I think I'm going to cut it off here. I'll try to keep the live stream on the weekends under 2 hours each. So I'm going to say thank you all very much for joining me. I appreciate it. Hopefully I didn't bore you all into a coma. I just want to say God bless to all of you. Have a good day tomorrow and a good night tonight. I will be posting more vlogs. Try to get 2 or 3 done every day. I really got to commit to getting that done again. Being a little bit more catch up kind of mode. Because like I said, I'm over 2 months behind, and it just slips by so fast. But God bless everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you later. Thank you very much.